Hey, what up, everybody? Steviebreech coming to you. I haven't made a real wrestling-related video in a good while. I wasn't able to make a video on the TNA pay-per-view, honestly, because I didn't watch it on Sunday. It wasn't until Monday morning that I was honestly able to see the two matches that I really cared about, being the main event and the number one contenders match. Number one contenders match, two things I think about it. If you're really going to push James Storm, push him. Because being a James Storm's fan and being a Robert Roode fan as well, if you're just gonna take this away from him and you're not going to give him what he deserves, you think you're gonna make him a star by pushing him to the brink and then taking it away from him to make us feel like, oh, he's gonna have it, oh no he doesn't, and then give it to us again to the point like we're like inching towards it. That just is gonna piss me off and I'm not gonna care. Big fans of those two guys, but just not a big fan of the way TNA is doing it. AJ Styles saying that he's not going to be, getting a title shot for almost a calendar year. You better stick to it, because everybody in the world is going to point it out to you if you just sort of act like it never happened and you make a main event some, worthless pay-per-view along the way. It really means a lot for the Bound for Glory series if you have this storyline in effect, that he has to win it, even though if he doesn't win it, then I guess he could just somehow become the number one contender for the next one, but it really makes him, a marked man for that. Over in WWE, for all the Survivor Series stuff, I don't know what the hell they were thinking. It sort of makes you think that first week of TV after Hell in the Cell was pointless, because why did they build us all towards storylines and then just sort of zipline them and take them away? The whole Brad Maddox thing, with him getting his ass kicked by Ryback last night, I don't know what that was about. I was really hoping that Ryback would throw him into a big box, the shipping crates they use, marked OVW, much like DX did to the Spirit Squad back in the day. I thought that would have been a good thing to do for him. What Maddox does in the future, it sets him up for one hell of a good face turn when he comes back, even if they're going to use him like a guy like Alex Riley, that never gets wins on TV. That's just out there as enhancement talent, that's sort of a superstar that you can put out there at Access and stuff like that. With the whole thing of them booking Team Foley versus Team Punk, I thought that was going to be a good idea. I thought that you could have, had Team Punk win, and then Foley come out on Raw the next night and say, we were, just this close from beating you, and maybe my team couldn't, but now I'm going to have to do it. Then you can set up that match for TLC that everybody's talking about. For some reason, people want to see that. I, for one, I don't want to see it, but you do need, somebody to stand in there and face Punk at the next pay-per-view and have it, mean something, to get Punk to the point where he's at the Rumble to face The Rock. And him beating Foley would give The Rock a reason to step up and say, no, I'm going to whoop your ass. And I think that's what everybody really wants to see. Why Dolph, stepped up, and now it's Team Dolph versus Team Foley. I have no idea why they're leaving Foley in that spot. They should have moved Foley into the main event, have him be special guest referee, and just sort of dump the whole Team Foley thing. With them sticking it there, it just makes me remember that 1 week of when they booked everything, and then Vince came out and said, fuck that. Hopefully some writers got fired or something like that, because it just shows you nobody knows what's going on. With the main event, you got Punk, Cena, and Ryback going in there. The second that Ryback came out on Raw last night to beat the hell out of Maddox, and they were bringing up the fact that, he isn't undefeated, but he has one blemish, and it's become because of Maddox. It shows you that they probably wish they didn't put him in that match, or at least didn't use that finish, because they really want to call this guy undefeated again. So I don't think that they're going to put the title on Ryback. I think that Punk's going to win. Punk versus Rock is the match everybody wants to see if we're not going to see Cena versus Rock. Save that for WrestleMania, I guess. And then just have, Punk somehow pin Cena. I think that's what's going to happen, and you can leave Ryback out of the fold, and then you can treat him like TNA, treat Samoa Joe, they treated Crimson. If he's in the match, as long as he doesn't get pinned, he's still undefeated. Doesn't make sense to me. If you're in a tag team match and your team loses, you lost the match, even if you didn't get pinned. But I guess, with them, they kept on thinking if Matt Morgan got pinned, at least Crimson didn't get pinned. That's not undefeated. That's just unpinned. From there, Big Show versus Sheamus. Really loving this match. Not loving Big Show with the title as much, but I really care about this match. Hopefully Sheamus will beat him. I thought that was pretty cool on Raw, the way that they had, well, that was on SmackDown, but honestly that was the first time I saw it, was the bar scene with the fight with him beating the holy hell out of Regal and Sheamus. Never knew that they were that good of friends. I don't think they've ever used that in storyline, but they should keep those guys together. I think that'd be pretty cool. Back to the whole Team Foley versus Team Ziggler thing. This match I really don't really care about because it really doesn't have any meaning. There's nothing behind it. There's nothing for anybody to get it. Ziggler stepping up sort of, signifies him moving up the card. But honestly, I don't remember the last time I saw him with the briefcase. I honestly thought maybe I blinked and missed him cashing it in somewhere along the way. But when I would think of previous guys with the briefcase, I thought of them like all the time. Like anytime now he could cash in. It made him get to the point where you really cared about him like he's a main eventer. Ziggler, when I think of him, I don't think of the briefcase. I don't even remember the last time I saw him have the briefcase. And if he does bring it out for his matches still, I just don't notice. And I guess I just brain farted all. Big story today is the face turn of The Miz. I can honestly see him. I don't know why you'd need him because this isn't really the invasion. But you can remember Kurt Angle joined Team WCW, and at the last minute, he was the reason why WB won, and he took credit for it, even though he was on the losing team. I don't know. I can see him sort of, stepping up and making the face Team Foley lose. If that means Foley versus The Miz, I don't know. But The Miz needs something to make him significant, and him as a babyface, I've been wanting it for a real long time. But if you take away the fact that him being able to make fun of the fans, make fun of sports teams, and things like that, I really don't see what his draw is. He's a heel. He's a little guy that runs his mouth that you really want to see get his ass kicked, and I think that's the best thing about him. Plus his t-shirt says, "Haters love me." If he's a good guy, why does he have haters? I don't know. Maybe they'll make him a new shirt real fast. They've done stuff like that before. Eve Torres versus Caitlyn. Who cares? And then R-Truth versus Cesaro for the U.S. title. I can't even remember the last time R-Truth won a match. Why is he the number one contender? Cesaro is much better than this. He can have a good match with just about anybody. Maybe he'll have a good match with R-Truth, but I think there's other guys out there on the card. There's rumors of them putting together another Survivor Series match of mid-card guys. I'd love to see it. Any other matches, nothing can come to my mind that they can put on there. But it's going to be fun regardless. Survivor Series is going to be a good show, and hopefully everybody can check it out. Why I'm hiding in the car is because I had a hard day at work. Thank God anybody who follows my Twitter or knows me personally, my whole strike thing at work is over, and thank God, because right now I'm hiding in the car because I just need silence, because work and home have been kicking my ass, and this is the only places that I can get away for a couple minutes. So thanks for listening to me rambling about wrestling. I really needed to get this out of here, and we'll check you out next time. Thanks, guys. Bye.